Hi guys, Ronda Winstead here with you today. Okay, we are doing a fun challenge. This is the second one in the series that I've been doing this with Barbara of 49 Dragonflies and Luise Heinzl, artist, junk journal artist, and I am excited now to be working on Luise's her 5 items, digital items that I have received, and I will include the links below so that you can go to each other's channels, check out the videos and see what we're all doing with each other's digital items, and then check out all the channels so that you can get the free links to go and get your own digital. You can get this by going to the link, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you can do the challenge with us, which is super exciting. Okay, so first of all, I will read what her instructions are. And if you do the challenge, obviously, this will be for you to do as well. So, I'm to create ephemera for my junk journal, okay? And number 2, I'm to use everything from this sheet, but include only one of the butterflies. Oh, okay. So 3 of the butterflies will have to go in my ephemera and with my other butterflies for projects later on. And then everything else I include. All right. 4, or was that 2? That's 2. 3 is to use a color you don't like. Well, I have to think about that one. All right. 4 is to include a postage stamp. Okay, that should be okay. And then 5, additional stuff from your stash allowed. Okay. So, the first thing I'm going to do is cut all of these out and maybe pull a few things from my stash. I have to decide where I want this to go, you know, which journal. Anyway, I've got to do some thinking, and obviously I don't want to do all of that on camera. It's really boring for you to be watching me think. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I have cut everything out, including the butterflies, and now what I am going to do, I have to use all of this except just one of the butterflies. So I am going to trim this little bug down. I want to make her, she has pink cheeks, so I'm saying she's a she. I want to make this cute little buggy stand out a little bit more, and so I am trimming her away from the background, and I think that's okay. Luise didn't say I have to use everything exactly as it is, so I'm thinking that that gives me a teeny bit of leeway there. Oops. And we will just decide. So I've been thinking about this. What color do I not like? And in all honesty, I don't know that there really is one certain color that I don't like. I like them for different reasons at different seasons. But probably the colors that I use the least would be brown and black, and maybe orange. But I like them during the fall. I just I just, oh, and we forgot about here. Okay, so we still got to go. Let's continue. So I'm thinking it will probably be one of those colors that I will use. And there are actually, already brown and black on here. So that's, I don't know, let's set that aside in our little scrap pile. Ephemera. So I could make a tag. I could make what should I make? I am finding this challenging. Louisa. Hey, honey, it's like I'm like, I don't know. So, now see, I feel like I don't know. Or we could do like a pretty little a headpiece. She could have a headpiece on. We could. So, do I want to use this one? We could make a fun little hat. And let's see. Keep our little antennae showing or not on a little hat. Color I don't like. Well, maybe I'll just get a piece of brown or black paper. And like I said, it isn't that I don't like them. It's just that I like other things better, if that makes sense. And let me go through this. Let me go through my jelly plate stuff here. Colors that, some of these jelly plate colors I really haven't enjoyed very much, and I could pick one of those as well. So let's see what we got. No, I kind of like that. Like that. That's kind of ugly. That's actually quite ugly. Let's see. And there's the gray and the white. I'm not crazy about that. This is okay. Nothing to write home about. I don't mind the gold part in this, but I'm not crazy about this. We'll set that as a possibility. That's not terribly attractive. That's not terribly attractive. But I like it better than this one. It's like, which do you like the least? And these really do need some. These were runoff sheets, actually, for the most part. Ugh. That's quite homely. As is that. Ooh, we really need to do some work on some of this stuff. I actually like that one. Okay. Not the worst ever, not the best, not the... oh, I kind of like that, I guess, so I can't use that. Color you don't like. Well, I'm not crazy about that either. Well, okay. We've got a few to choose from. Let's go with one of these. I think that's very, I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't know exactly. Out of these, which is the ickiest? Well, I kind of think this is pretty icky. Normally I really do like pink, but that's a really, ooh, I don't like that either. Bleh. Maybe we should use that. That's really ugly, isn't it? Okay, let's use this. That's really ugly. She didn't say that you have to use something that's really ugly, but this is really ugly. So, how can we make this less ugly? Okay, now what I could do, I can trim the outline here, and I could use this as maybe a kind of a background. You know what? Let's just do it. I mean, this is meant to be a challenge. And I think this is a very cool challenge. And it is stretching me. I really, normally, Luise, you know, I'm a pink girl. And I know you don't like pink. So this makes it very, very good. It's a really great challenge because I'm using colors I just normally don't work with. And I wonder if Luise, see, we don't know what each other's doing. This will be a surprise for all of us as well as for you when we produce these videos. So that'll be super fun to see what we've all decided to do. I'm going to round that a little bit. Let's round that. And let's round that. Okay, let's get rid of those. Okay. Well, okay, so let's go ahead and tear this. The other sides have been torn, so let's go ahead and tear this. This will be either a journal card or a tag. And let's do it this way and try to get it space now. Yeah, I need my other ruler so I can measure this more accurately. Okay. We'll put that with our scraps. And now let's see. We can do both sides. We could do this. Oh, oh. This is ugly. All right. Okay. I can do some things with this. I can. Let's see, let me get out this. I want to make sure that I'm following directions, but being creative. Additional stuff from your stash allowed. Stuff. Stuff can be inclusive of lots of things. Stuff can be paper, stuff can be fabric, stuff can be paint, stuff can be tools. Oh, and I've got to get a postage stamp in there too. Okay. So, first of all, let's do something with this ugly paper. What colors? Oh, and we've got, this. I might need to do 2 pieces of ephemera. Did it say ephemera? It just says ephemera. So I could definitely use 2 pieces of ephemera if I wanna do now see, it'd be really cute if I could use all of those butterflies. All right. Well, let's apply a thin coat of gesso. And let's do it with a card. Let's just see what happens. Ugh. I don't want to. I don't want to mess this up, but then realistically, how can I mess it up? Because I personally think it's very ugly. And if you don't, I think that's fabulous. Come over to my house and I'll give you more. I'll give you some more. Okay. All right, now using a color I don't like, let's also come over to my paints, or bring my paints over to me, and let's see if I've got one that I particularly never use, because I just, never use it. Okay. I don't think I've ever used this. This is a metallic green, and, oh, yeah, this is hardly used. And I don't necessarily hate it, but I don't use it. I don't care for it. Why, I don't know. Oof, 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 oof. That's a lot of that color green, huh? Okay. Ugh. Okay, well, let me get try to wipe that off. Oh boy, this is just going from bad to worse. But maybe we'll just keep playing with it. One of the things that I didn't like about the piece of paper, And I'm just going to toss that because that's just a thing that I got from Dish saying, oh, sign up with us and we'll give you yada, yada, yada. Well, the shiny part is not so bad. So maybe we'll do some splatters on that. Or do some stamping on that. Let me just take it over here and let's just dry it for a sec with my heat gun. Okay, that's not too bad. So let's do a couple more things in here. Let's go ahead and let's do some stamping. We'll just kind of, we'll put that away. Let's get out some black and we will just, let's see what I've got here that was just kind of on my desk or by my desk. Actually, that's the same one. I've got that and that. I've also got this. I really like that. Okay. Let's just, let's see. We'll just stamp a little bit on the background. And then we will let's see. What did it say? It said include a postage stamp. Does this count as a postage stamp? This is a postage stamp. I'm not sure if that will follow the directions, so we'll maybe not worry about that so much. And I don't know how much of this will be covered up. We'll just, there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and set that back in. And now, let's do our sweet little, kind of like that now with her. Toning it down, that did help. That did help a bit. And I am going to do a little bit more. Let me get my gold. This gold is all Barbara's fault. It's your fault, Barbara. Love you, girlfriends. You and Luise and that have gotten me using gold. And it's pretty fun, I have to admit. It's pretty fun. Okay, let's spritz it with some water. And let me get my fan brush. If I can find it. Where is my fan brush? Oh, where can my fan brush be? Oh, where can it be? Here it is. Here it is. Okay, let's see what this does. One of my subbies, and I thank you all for subscribing. You have been amazing, really, and I really do enjoy our time together. That's kind of cool, huh? And now that's making the metallic pop from below there too. So I'm kind of liking that. So what else? What else can I do? What else can I do? I think I'm going to need to let this dry. And then we shall continue, my friends. I wonder if I need to... let's move this. Let's do this a little bit. Ah! Went on my face. Well, that's kind of cool, huh? Let's see. I'm just playing. Just playing. I have to admit, this is pretty fun. Okay. Got a little bit more. Let's see. I don't really want to have to get out more paint. I suppose I could, but I think we'll just call it a day with this. Slap that down. All right. So, excuse me. Okay, guys, I'm going to shut the video off for just a minute. We're going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and see what we can make. Okay, I'm really starting to like this now. And now this isn't bad now. And this was very, very ugly. I really, as a general rule, I do not like stripes. Their rules are made to be broken, but that particular striped scrapbooking paper that I had, I thought was extremely ugly. This metallic paint, once it dried, it wasn't as bad. It's not my favorite. I like green. I don't know. It just doesn't float my boat so much. But with putting the stamping on and putting the gold splatters, and maybe we'll do some other black splatters or some white splatters, and so that may change the looks of that for me as well. This I like. And I don't know what to do with this sweet little bug. This sweet little bug. So I think one of the things I want to do is I'm going to bring in my vintage photo, and I'm I don't know, this may mess it up, but I thought I might just mark on some additional color, some additional brown, right? Without really doing too much to it. Okay. Whoops. Making a mess. And let's get this the same. Let's cover that as well. All right. Okay. We've got that. So I'm thinking maybe a book page. Let me look. Let me dig out some of my vintage book pages. and just see if there's something size-wise that might fit here. I'm thinking it might want to be one of these that's a little bit bigger. Okay. And this is, okay. This is where the glue is. I got this from Rachel with Roxy Creations. It was in I ordered an old book, and she sent all this additional wonderful ephemera or old book pages along with. So I was super excited about that. Now, I'm looking for that, and I'm looking to well, number one, I don't know. Number one, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do it anyway. So let's go ahead and clear off some of this excess. Love to use book pages. Love, love, love them. So much fun. And we shall see. Okay. Now, if I am, say I am just collaging that and a little bit, giving this a little bit of a frame. And of course, then it's like, well, why'd you cover all that stuff up? Well, you know, that's what the process is, and you have to be okay with making changes and doing different things, or you shouldn't be, you know, doing stuff like that. I could actually do a pocket here, and this is upside down, but I could, if I wanted to, we could bring in another element and cover that up and bring in some lace or some book paper here and, you know, cover that as well. So this, I don't know, this is like, I don't know. Okay, so I am going to continue to think about this. I'm going to continue to just kind of try different things, put things down, take things up, just see what might feel good. I may want to go ahead and, yeah, I think we can maybe do something like this, and that makes it look crooked, so I'm going to just see if I can adjust that a little bit. Okay, that looks better. And this makes it so that more of the page shows through. Okay. All right, so I think what I will do is go ahead, glue these down. I think I will also go ahead and put maybe some more splatters on here. Maybe do some different color splatters. And then we shall see what we shall see. All right, I continue. Okay, I'm completely switching it up. I give myself permission to do that. I adjust the green page was just a little too much for me. I don't know, I just wasn't quite feeling it in the same way that some of this I've been enjoying. But it's good to try, and I'm absolutely excited to give this a go. Now it's cheesecloth, but it's I may have to glue that a little bit better. It's cheesecloth that's been put in a book binding. So it's a little stiffer. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to glue this again. I kind of forgot that glue stick is great, but some applications you are better with the more solid glues. So we will just redo this. No problem. Okay. I think she's very cute. And I'm not done with her. Now I am going to go ahead and rip here, and we will rip here. So basically what I did was change my mind to having this surround my little girl, my little bug, if you will. And I will do something else. I don't know. Could even I don't know. We could do that could become like a thing, you know? Let's see. I probably would have gone a little bit taller with that. And is this the butterfly that I want? No. Do I want to use this one? Here's a, we could kind of do that as an extra little dressy-do, a bow tie or I don't know, let's see. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, now I gotta try the yellow one down here. I didn't like it as a hat, but I kind of like it as like a little scarf or a collar. Which do we like the most? This or this? I kind of think I like this one the best. All right, we're just gradually getting these things put down, you guys. All righty. I think that's very cute. I like that. Okay. And let's see. Now for this, we've also got this to bring that in. Okay, and so this kind of matches with this, you know. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm continuing to think. Not sure if I want this pink page or not. Maybe I want an envelope. What if I were to, you know, I've got other envelopes. Let me do a little bit of grabbing here, and we can see what we might be interested in. I even have something of this nature that we can make a pocket. We can do a whole fun thing with. I don't know. Can't quite get there with all of this. But I think we could get there with some of this. And obviously covering up, bringing out some more cheesecloth, some more little bit of layering. Now I'm taking a chance. Let's see. Taking a chance. First of all, before I do that, I want to take this off to see if I can put this somewhere. I'm just kind of playing right now. And let's take this. I would love to see your work, by the way. So if you will do the hashtag, we'll have all of that in the description for you. But if you would do that, that would be fabulous. Then we can okay. So this is not so bad. This is not so bad. And we could put Discover up yonder. We could bring this in. Okay, for what I'm going to do here, I have got to lighten these things up a little bit. So let me get, what color shall I get? I am going to get a very, hopefully, sorry about the lighting. All right. Let's see, this is a blender. This is the blender. I am going to just kind of, you know, I know, Luisa, you're probably just like, Ronda, what are you doing? You're just messing it up. And I'd be saying, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But you know, I really, really like pink. That's, I think, for both Barbara and Luisa, my love of pink. I'm not sure how that fits in, but I sure love these girls and their work. I surely do. Okay, now that's not so bad. Lighten it up a little bit, right? But not a horrible amount. It's still got the dark, but now it's bringing the pink out a little bit more there. And I will do it over here as well. This is a crayon, an art crayon. You can use it dry or wet. Yeah, and I just got them. So, you know, when you just get a tool and you're just kind of like, yeah, you just want to do something with it. That's kind of the way I am here. Okay, and I think this is a good size. So, I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree. So I'll bring that in, I'll bring that in. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go off camera again, and I'm going to dye this with coffee and pink, and I will, let's see, I'll open this up. I can show you that part though. Okay. I know this video is going super long, and so I want to shorten it just a little bit. I love being with you, but I know you have lots to do in your lives, and I don't want to take up more than what I should or can, or I don't know, whatever. All right, but I will be back. Okay, this is what I am doing. So I have coffee dyed. This is gold paint. I'm not doing anything here because I'm thinking that that will be glued down. But even if it's not, you know, I'll wait until such time as I'm actually using it. So this will be decorated. And then the inside, I went ahead and used one of my tracing paper sheets, and I created, as I do with my stitching pages, and I have a video on that. I will link it in the description box below so that you can take a look at that if you want to make your own. I also sell them in my shop. If you don't see them, you can message me because as they come in, they go out pretty fast as well. So I have made a little tuck spot here. I went ahead and I backed this with some of this green paper as well to use a little bit more of that. So this will just be for writing, you know. So, and I'm happy. I'm really happy with that now. And this isn't too dark. It's not a in your face pink. So now we just have to finish up, and I do need to do a stamp. I have to remember to get a stamp. And I've got some of these things I will bring in. I've got some book page, so we can go ahead and get this put in. let's see. Oh, I just, more of these delicious old book pages. Yum, yum. Do I sound like a broken record? I think this is what Rachel calls the rag paper. It's really cool. Really, really cool. It's got this amazing texture. All right, let's see. So, I think first off, I'm going to go ahead and glue this in just kind of the center. I'll leave space to be able to put underneath things like this. This, I'm going to go ahead and put on top. I'll do the same here. Glue this in the center, la 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 la. Okay, so I have to admit, this was really hard. This was really hard. Luise, you were challenging me, which is a good thing. And I thank you for challenging me, because it's been a fun project. Now see, I'm loving this now. So see, with the blue butterfly and bringing in a little bit of the blue here, and I'm going to bring in some more of the blue here, and maybe even, let's see, maybe even something like that. Well, I'm going to go ahead. Let's glue this down. We are just almost to the finish line. And I hope that you will play along with us, you guys. This is so much fun. And we were trying to come up with a way to make it possible, to make this work. And anyway, it was just like, yeah, when we hit upon the challenge and freebies, then it was like, okay, this is good. So, I could, let's see, we could put some of this here. If I do that, let's see, I probably want, probably, then I don't want this. So don't want that quite that long. All right. Let's sort of get this in here. Okay, I'm liking that. Now, no, I think I'll put that on the inside somewhere. And let's just, do we want to do a bit of this or this? Well, what I need to do here, well, I suppose I don't need to do it, but I'm going to do it. I need to move this off. And I think what I want is to edge this. Let's give it that, that bit of an edging. And it is getting dark outside. I'm sorry if the lighting is going weird, but I did want to finish this with you guys. And so if I do that, let me bring out my stamps, we definitely need to add a stamp. I have faux stamps. I also have real stamps. Oh. I could do like a blue or a, you know, I've got these. I could put this down here. Nope. Let's keep a looking. Keep a looking, keep a looking. Now here's a cool green stamp. Not to be confused with S&H green stamps, mind you. All right, let's see. I could do something like that. And we could put this here. It could be there, and then we could do a little something over here. Or maybe we don't want that there. Maybe we want this down here. Okay. We could do that maybe. And then we'd need something to tie in there. Let's see. Could do more than one stamp, perhaps. Let's see. What would this look like? Oh, I kind of like that. This brings out the pinky color in that as well. I don't know why I like that, but I do. Would this be too weird if I bring in the green again? Not crazy about adding more. Let's kind of set that aside. I do feel like I want to surround this with, okay. Did you happen to hear that, my friends? Oh, what a sweetheart. Sometimes my hubby will carefully open the door to my studio because he never knows when I'm videoing, recording, so he does it carefully so he doesn't interrupt something if I'm in the middle of a video. I like that. I love the layering on that. So I'm going to go with that. This I'm not like crazy with yet. We'll see. But he could tell that I was videoing, so he left. And well, I won't tell you what he did. Oh dear. Let's see. Let's go ahead and glue what we've got down. Actually, I'll tell you, he burped. Sorry, honey. But I know you all know that, you know, this happens in real life. These are things that people do. And it's okay. It's okay. All right, now I'm starting to glue this down and glue this down. get that put down. We'll get this put down. Oh, I'm excited about this now, you guys. I was really, really nervous because these are just not colors that I normally work with. And I just, you know, I don't know, just was making me nervous. I don't know, just was. But I'm excited now. And I hope that you will absolutely go to all of our channels and, like you did on the first video that we put up on the 25th of February, this is that same way that we're doing this. And just having so much fun. So much fun with this. Loving it. I am loving it. Okay. One thing that I often do, and I didn't on this one, I don't know, not for any particular reason or anything, it just, you know, I just didn't, I don't always, and that is, you know, bring in fabric and put it down. We do have the cheesecloth here, and I do stitch, well, and I did stitch here around the paper, so I did do some of that. Now, this is the tricky part. So, number one, we are going to just cover up this little bit in the corner here. I don't know how this is going to work exactly, but we're just going to give it a go. And we shall okay, so there's that and there's that. Now, see these? She said I could not use them all. And I really do love this. I love what I've done here. This is super cute. This is super cute. So what I'm thinking of doing in my sneaky little whatever, I can use things from my stash. So hello, I can use a butterfly, a different butterfly. These are from Barbara. I could do that. I could do a moth. I kind of think this purple one is kind of cool. Let's see, maybe there's one that I like as well. This is somewhat similar to that. I'm still liking that purple one so far. And it would be nice to have one that I didn't have to cut out. That's the lazy part of me speaking. I like that too. That's rather pretty. And let's see about a darker green, maybe. I like that as well. Let's go back and let's audition them. This is completely different. It kind of brings out, it turns this into a little more of a lavendery, and I like that. This, of course, highlights the greens and brings out the greens in here, and then would match with you know, the green over here. And on the other hand, this would brings out the blues. You know what? I think we're gonna go with the green. I think that is what we're gonna do. Okay, let's put her down. Where's my glue pages? Okay, let's go ahead and get this down. And I think we will be done. I hope this video isn't horribly long, you guys. I do try not to take up all your time, but I so appreciate the time that you do spend with me, and I love spending time with you. I just really, really do. So let's get my pen out and let's just draw some antennae. And draw up here. Okay. So, what do you think? You got all this journaling, and this will be glued, or we can do some more collaging. I can do that when it comes time to, you know, actually put it in a journal. All right, I think I'm done, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I have had the best time with you working on Luise's challenge. These digital items were not easy for me, but I'm loving the finished product. And I could even, if I wanted, I could even do a little halo or a little crown or a little something for this sweet little bug. So anyway, thank you. I love you guys, and I hope that you will absolutely go visit Luise and Barbara, their channels. Everything will be listed below. And get your freebies and do this challenge with us. I would love to see your work. So, all right, until next video, guys, have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.